Imagine this. You're fast asleep in your own home, late at night, safe and sound, when suddenly three masked men, armed men, burst into your bedroom with guns drawn, demanding your crypto wallet. This isn't a movie plot. That's exactly what happened to Caitlin Siragusa, better known as Amouranth, the Twitch and OnlyFans superstar. On March the 2nd, 2025, her Houston home turned into a nightmare. And with what unfolded next it's insane what happened. Stick around because this story is wild from start to finish, and it's got a twist that you and the home invaders never saw coming. Here's how this all went down. Amouranth, a 31-year-old influencer on social media. She's made millions streaming and creating content. Millions. She was asleep in her Houston home late at night, around 10:40 p.m. Three men smashed through her patio window. In they came. They stormed inside after smashing the glass. They didn't waste any time. They kicked in her bedroom door. Imagine you're in your bedroom sleeping and your door is getting kicked in while you're lying there in bed by yourself. And these guys, when they got in, they found her there lying in bed defenseless. They weren't after jewelry or cash even. They wanted her cryptocurrency. Over 24 million in Bitcoin. And she bragged about it online last year, according to Forbes magazine. That was the first mistake. Letting people know online how much money you have. Now, here's where things get unreal. With guns to her head, they demanded she log into her crypto accounts. When she couldn't, or wouldn't, right, what would you do? They didn't hesitate. They pistol whipped her. They had her down. They hit her over and over and over again. And all she could do was get into a bit of a boxing position and try and blunt the blows from these guns to her head. She had blood streaming down her face at this point. They were trying to beat those crypto codes out of her. But what she did was she tried to protect herself. She knew it was a brutal assault, and she knew that these robbers had a bigger plan brewing. During the chaos, the robbers handed her phone back, demanding that she unlock her crypto accounts. But Amouranth, she was thinking pretty quick on her feet. What she figured out to do was she opened up her X account, even though she had a gun right to her head, and she tweeted out, "Help, I'm being too robbed at gunpoint." She misspelled it sort of, but the word got out to all of her Twitter followers on X, "I'm being robbed." One of them being her husband, who saw this post. This was a very smart move. It could have also been a risky gamble, but she said there was no way she was risking just trying to hit 911 or make a phone call, because she felt she would have been dead or beaten badly. What happened next was even crazier. She tells them, "I have to lead you to this place over here where you can get at the cryptocurrency. We can't do it here." And she took them and she led them across to another part of the house. They went outside. And when they got there, though, her husband was waiting, armed with a handgun. In they went. The home invaders went in after her, expecting to find something, but they found a surprise, an armed husband. Shots rang out. At least one of them got shot. You can hear one of them actually yell, "I got shot." And they all bolted out and they took off. Chaos and gunshots were going off everywhere. This was like a real life thriller for this influencer, fantasy star, who wasn't in a fantasy now. She was in a reality. After the robbers fled, Amouranth was rushed to the hospital. She had non-life-threatening injuries, cuts, bruises, a lot of trauma. She was bleeding from the head. And believe me, if you've never had a gun pointed at your head, someone ending your life, that's trauma. The Houston police came and started to investigate. They've asked anybody with any information about this home invasion, about this robbery, to contact them. She, meanwhile, went back on X and shared the picture of her busted door. So she shared some of the pictures from the crime scene, but she couldn't share them all because the police are looking and still investigating this. Now, let's zoom out for this for a second, and let me tell you that this is not an isolated incident. Crypto multimillionaires who get found out, they have bad people on their trail. They will threaten and they will end people's lives because they know the only thing between you and their money and a clean getaway is you putting in those codes. So you have to have a plan in advance. You know, when she made the mistake, she sort of flexed on her social media that she had over 24 million in cryptocurrencies. That was the start of her problem. Then people started casing her. And her house was very, very secure. I mean, look at the fence. There's barbed wire up there, probably broken glass at the top of the wall. So even with good security on your building, You have to watch it when it comes to cryptocurrency. Better that nobody knows how much that you have. Do not brag about it. What can we learn from this? First of all, if you got any wealth, don't talk about it online. Second, you have to have some sort of plan if somebody invades your home. Always have to have a plan. I'll talk about that more in other videos. Next, you have to beef up your security. A good solid door, a safe room. If you've got 24 million in crypto, you can afford a pretty good safe room that you can lock yourself in, hit 911, and wait for the good guys to come before the bad guys can get through that safe room wall. What do you think about this story? Do you have a plan? Would you know what to do? Think about it. Would you have, at that time, thought enough to hit the X and put out a post to go get help? Would you try to make a phone call? What would you have done? She's out of it for now, but it's one heck of a story. Stay tuned to the McLean Chronicles, where I'll tell you more stories about true crime. Like, follow, and subscribe if you like this content. Be safe.